Good morning, this is Shilpa from the Hickory Corner branch library, and today I'm going to experiment a little bit on yogurt making. So I'm going to experiment with yogurt making because you need only two things for this: milk, either whole or 2%, and store-bought yogurt which has live cultures in it. It should say that it has got live cultures, at least a few in them. And today is actually not an ideal day to experiment with yogurt making because it's stormy and windy. But I'm going to do a small batch and see if it works. It's still warm, so I can leave it on the counter for a few hours, actually overnight, and see if it will set. Anyway, so the key here is to start with a small batch and then go from there. I have set the 1 cup of milk on boil here. It is on a gentle flame. It's on the lowest flame possible so that I don't scald the milk or bring it to a boil quickly. It needs to just warm up gently, and when it's warm or right under the boiling point, I am going to turn the gas off and let it cool down a bit so that it's just warm, and then transfer it over to the cup, and then I'll show you what I do next. Alright, so I brought the milk to a boiling point, almost a boiling point, right before it would, come to a boil. I turned it off and then I cooled it down to a point where it's lukewarm. I can just check it. It's warm to touch, and that's when I transfer it into a cup. And now I'm gonna add a couple, or maybe just 1 spoonful of the live culture, the store-bought yogurt. I'm just going to mix this real good, stir it in, keep stirring till it is completely mixed in with the milk, and leave it on the counter to set for at least 8 hours, I would say. If it's a warm day, it's going to take less time. Today is a cooler day, so I'm going to leave it for more time. Ideally, I would do this in the evening and leave it overnight for it to set. Once it is set, I'm going to put it in the fridge and cool it down. Now, if you're going to try this at home, then there are 2 things I would suggest you should do. First thing is start with a small batch. Maybe start with a cup or even a smaller cup than this one. And the second thing is that don't expect it to be as firm as the store-bought yogurt. The first couple times you do it, it's going to be a little runny. It's not going to set as firm, but it's still going to be as delicious, if not better. You can add granola, fruit, and it's just yummy. So it's fairly simple to make. You don't need any fancy equipment. You don't need thermometers or fancy live cultures. All you need is a little bit of milk and some store-bought yogurt to make this. I hope you give it a try.